On the agenda tonight is public hearing, local law 1 for the year of 2011. Tax exemption for qualified volunteer firefighters and volunteer ambulance workers. I'll open the floor up to the public at this time. Anybody wishing to address the board at this subject may do so. No one wishing to address the board at this time. I will close the public hearing. We can't really vote on it tonight, gentlemen, because Dennis and I cannot vote. We're both firefighters.
Oh, that's right.
So we'll have to wait till the next meeting to vote on it. Okay, comments from the public at this time. Anybody wishing to address the board may do so. Anybody wants to comment this time? We'll have a chance at the end of the meeting. Well, I close the comment period. Minutes of the previous meeting. Board, you all have copies. Is there any additions or deletions?
So I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as written, please.
Second.
Moved by trustee Roberts, seconded by trustee Baker. Any comments? And being none, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Bills. Any additions? Deletions?
No.
How about deleting the whole sheet?
He's gonna put it off the next meeting.
There being, I need a motion. Pay the bills.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second that.
Moved by trustee Baker, seconded by trustee Roberts. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Correspondence.
I only have what I knew, came in this afternoon to Mayor Rivers and the village board. I deeply regret to inform you that effective 12/31/10, I, Tina Ruger, resigned from my position as a permanent part-time crossing guard. Thank you, Tina Ruger.
Need a motion to accept.
Do it.
Okay, second that.
Does it work?
Tina Ruger, she resigned as the crossing guard, as a permanent crossing guard.
Okay.
Moved by trustee Huckrow, seconded by trustee Roberts. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by the usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Do I read that one now?
You need to make a motion for
Pardon? And I'll even know. Mike Bushy will take over for Tina. Tina will now be the crossing guard on call. Need a motion to
Move it.
approve. Chuck.
John,
Moved by trustee Huckrow, seconded by trustee Roberts. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. The request for executive session to discuss contract negotiations is not necessary. It is over the technical assistance to the Assistant Center TAC at the State University to provide research services to the village of Rouses Point to conduct an infrastructure expenditure analysis related to the Wyeth Pfizer facility. We had this last month. I believe trustee, our treasurer, Latrell, you're gonna take care of this through one of the funds. That's that $3,400 one.
Oh, yeah. It's divided by the 3 funds.
So I need a motion.
Got it.
You second?
Second.
Trustee Huckrow, oh, I'm having a great night. Motion by trustee Huckrow, second by trustee Baker. Any other discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by your sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Okay. A resolution for village election set forth for voter registration day. You want to read that?
I will.
Madam Clerk, please.
Notice is hereby given that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Rouses Point, Clinton County, New York, has on the 3rd day of January 2011 passed a resolution setting forth the voter registration day for the 2011 village election. A copy of the complete resolution is as follows. This is what will be going to the paper. Whereas the next general village election for officers will be held on the 15th of March 2011. And whereas no person shall be entitled to vote at any village election whose name does not appear in the register of the election district in which he or she claims to be entitled to vote. And whereas it is the duty of the inspectors of election to prepare such register of qualified voters for the district for which they are appointed. And whereas the village officials have chosen to hold a registration day for the general village election. Now therefore be it resolved that the inspectors of election shall meet upstairs at the village complex at 139 Lake Street on the 8th day of February 2011, beginning at 8:30 a.m. and ending at 4 o'clock p.m. to commence the preparation of the register for the forthcoming village election. Registration for the village shall be held on Saturday the 5th of March 2011. Such registration shall be held at the village offices at 139 Lake Street, Rouses Point, New York, from 12 o'clock noon until 5 o'clock p.m. Voting for the forthcoming village election shall be conducted at Halsted Hall, Rouses Point Civic Center, 39 Lake Street, Rouses Point, New York. The polls will be open from the hours of 12 o'clock noon until 9 o'clock p.m. And at least 10 days prior to the registration day set in this resolution, a copy of such resolution shall be published in the official newspaper and a copy be posted in at least one conspicuous public place in each election district. And this resolution shall take effect immediately. The question of the foregoing was duly put to a roll call vote.
Any motion?
Move.
Moved by trustee Huckrow, seconded by trustee Baker. Roll call vote. Trustee Baker.
Aye.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Huckrow.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. Okay, I need permission to sign the contract with Boart for the village marketing and working agreement. We met with these people, and I believe this has been before the board already.
Move we give the mayor approval to sign the contract with Ad Workshop in Board.
Second it.
For your information, this is covered under a grant. There's no money involved that I know of. Anyway, moved by trustee Huckrow, seconded by trustee Roberts. Is there any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. I have a resolution on the smoking policy. You want to read this whole thing, Carol?
Well,
We only
it's up to you.
changed, we took out things that didn't apply.
Basically, that's what it is. It's just a lot of the stuff that didn't apply, but whereas it's just prohibiting, it's prohibiting smoking throughout all village facilities and surrounding areas, especially where children are present, specifically in here and in the front, different areas outside. And smoking is also gonna be prohibited in all municipal vehicles. So those were more or less the changes that were changed. I mean, it's up to you. I can read it all if you'd like.
I don't think it's necessary. The policy's been in effect since 1990. It's the first time it's been changed. And what was changed in there was where children are involved. We may have to designate some areas around the playground out here as non-smoking, where the children are, because they called me today from Prosper, the health department. They wanted a copy of our policy, and they said that the big push is about children evidence, right? And I said, well, we do have, a child area, playground area, but it would be sort of hard to ban smoking there, because it's not too far from there is our gazebo and stage area, and I said, whole functions there. And she said, I perfectly understand, but can you do something about the child area? I think we can. We push it back. And she said, you just tell us what you need for signs and we'll supply the signs. That's to comply with that. And I think I gave it to you, a copy of the state law on that. Now, that being said, I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Roberts, seconded by trustee Jefferson. Is there any discussion? Trustee Huckrow. There being no discussion, roll call vote. Trustee Baker.
Aye.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Huckrow.
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. Yeah. Okay, request authorization to sign a contract with River Street revising zoning and property maintenance law.
I'll make that motion.
Who seconded it?
I'll second.
Moved by trustee Roberts, seconded by trustee Baker. And I believe this is covered by a grant
It's
too.
reimbursable, yeah,
Yeah.
according to Melissa.
Is there any discussion, board? There being no discussion, is this, no, this is just a vote. All those in favor, vote by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. And I believe that's it for me, board. Trustee Baker.
I have nothing, Zach.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Roberts.
I just want an update on the award grants that the village has received. I'm not sure if people saw it in the press, but we were awarded some more grants. The Rouses Point Champlain Historical Society was awarded $2,750 for the summer concert series. Like I reported last month, the Dodge Memorial received $2,629 for outreach programs, and $1,045 was awarded for the Adrian Carr Piano Concerts Workshop Series. That's a total of $6,424 that was awarded to Rouses Point, so good job for all the grant writers. On that note, the stage committee is going to start planning for the summer concerts, entertainment for the stage committee, and there will be a meeting at the fire station on January 20th at 6 p.m. In addition to that, 4th of July committee meeting, we're having another planning meeting on the 13th of January at 6 p.m. at the fire station, and right now we are in talks with a small carnival, so hopefully we can get some more activities down there this year, and we'll see how that goes in the next couple of weeks with our planning. Nothing has been solidified yet for the 4th of July. That's all I have, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Roberts. Trustee Huckrow.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to thank everyone for their patience with me in the last few weeks. I appreciate that. Secondly, this is a little bit late, I know, but I wasn't here, so I couldn't do it. But I would like to thank everyone, people in the office, your crew, Brian, everyone who worked on behalf of this village to make it so appealing for the holiday season. Many comments were made by people both in the village and visitors as to the quality of what happened in Rouses Point. And by God, we ought to be proud, and thank you, all of you. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, trustee Huckrow. Madam Clerk.
I have nothing.
Thank you, ma'am. Early treasurer.
We got a thing here asking to do the filing requirements for fuel for the next couple of years, and I know that a while ago we talked about in the office about not doing it, and I don't know what Brian's opinion is, and I know George was, he kind of didn't want to do it, but I don't see where we have a choice,
Well,
we have a choice.
yes, you have a choice. You don't have to buy it there. If you can buy it cheaper somewhere else at the same price, you can buy it. Just like we did with the cars.
You're gonna have to go follow your procurement policy and go out to bid for it. You can't just pick and choose a vendor.
I think we should try. Yeah. If you can get it cheaper than state contract, you don't have to go out to bid. That's what we did with the 2 pickup trucks. Because it's already been bid.
It's already what?
It's already been bid for the state contract.
As long as they match the price.
You could check on it. We'll check on it tomorrow, Marcia.
Okay.
Because I know Riley Ford came in cheaper than we could buy them state contract. and we bought 2 pickups at once,
Hey,
and it was local. And that's, you know, I try to keep it as much local as I can.
oh, yeah.
And I have talked to Smith, of course, Kimmy runs the business now, and she said, I can meet state contract price or do better. And I know that last load that we got, they were 20 cents a gallon cheaper. Not from Smith, but when I gave her what it was, I didn't tell her who it was from or anything else. It's all I said. It was diesel fuel, winter blend. And she said, just give me a minute. She got on the computer, she came back. She said, this is what I can sell it to you for. It was 20 cents cheaper than the bill we got. But we can't do anything because we're still under contract till August.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that we should check into ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Just, this has to be done by January 15th.
We'll start tomorrow.
You can save 10 cents in.
Anything else?
Absolutely.
Ryan?
Just a reminder that we're picking up Christmas trees this week.
I'd like to say that we are not going to pick up Christmas trees after Friday. It takes, I don't know if we can, guys, I don't know, we can, but
But just a
it
reminder.
takes a lot of labor hours. Today, there was 2 trucks and a chipper tied up. Why, you ain't got your tree out yet?
A lot of people wait till the 9th.
Yeah, well, we don't pick up on Saturday anyway.
Right.
Why do we wait till the 9th for?
No, no, no.
Six, the sixth is
So
the,
after we
Well, I got news for you.
Six.
The Epiphany was Sunday.
not according to that, but not according to tradition. It's the
Yeah, I know.
6th of January.
Yeah.
6th of January is the thing.
But just a reminder, we are picking up.
Well, the 6th is Thursday.
Put them out by the side of the road.
by the time it gets to the
No, I just, you know,
When was snowstorm?
these people in this village are very fortunate for what is given. No question. But they also, you know, should take some consideration to the fact that it costs a ton of money. Anyway, that was my feelings. We'll let it go with that. Anything else, Brian? Thank you. Open the meeting to the public at this time. Anybody wish to address the board may do so. Nobody wish to address the board, I need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Moved by trustee Roberts, seconded by trustee Baker. All in favor?
She can stay with her.
Opposed? Oh, God, 15, 16, 17.
Night song. I was thinking with the zoning.
You know, I
That's
thought,
that.
yeah, well, I got the same thing here.
They've been
We
making
actually
changes on it?
should consider in the budget
The committee
changing
that
this
got
whole
together to
setup.
work on the changes?
This
No,
one here,
that was
huh?
the whole thing from the beginning, was once.
Well,
they
these been
changed
around
the
just
changes,
threw away
it's
30 of them.
been compiled.
Yeah, not like this.